Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a really easy and fun clown makeup look for you. We are getting right into the middle of spooky season, Halloween's coming up, and what better way than to dress up with some fun makeup. So I'm going to show you, so if you want to see that then stick around and we'll walk through it together. Alright. Okay, so I started by pulling all of my hair back. More power to the people who can do their makeup with their hair down. I'm not one of those. Mine has to be completely out of my way, completely. So I'm going to start off with my e.l.f. matte primer. I am a little bit more on the oily side here lately, so we're going to start with that. And I actually... Hydro Grip Primer. This is the greatest thing I think I've ever found in my whole entire life. It is literally like the best thing I've ever used. It really like gets in there and it makes your foundation like really stick to your face. Okay, so now that we are prepped, I start with my eyes. I don't do my face first. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Concealer and prime my eyelids. Okay, so to start with this eye look, I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette from Morphe, her and Morphe. It's got really fun colors, and it gives me the shade range that I'm going to need to create something nice and creepy for this clown look. So I'm going to dip into Temptress, and I'm going to take that on a pencil brush and just really pack that into my crease. And make sure I just have a nice solid black there. All right, now that we have that done, I'm going to take this blending brush and dip into Dance Party. It's a nice little pink. I like pink, so I think my clown should have some pink in it. And I'm just gonna go over top of the black and just really blend that out and blend those two together. And I'm gonna go all the way up to my eyebrow. And it's gonna look like a really big hot mess at first, but I promise as we go along, it's gonna come together. I'm gonna do something that I don't usually like to do. I'm gonna actually dip into a separate palette for a better like metallic black. I'm gonna use my Tati Beauty palette, and I'm gonna use the Memory, but I'm gonna use the sequin black to go on top of my eyelids. And I'm just going to take a packing brush, like this one right here, and then just pack that onto my eyelid. I'm going to cover the whole eyelid with it because what kind of clown isn't complete with glitter? At least in my eyes, I think clowns should have glitter. And a little fun fact about me while we're sitting here together is I'm absolutely terrified of clowns. I have been terrified since I was little, and I have slowly been trying to progress out of this fear. It's gotten a little bit better. I've actually been able to watch the movie House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, those movies with Captain Spaulding, and gotten through those pretty well. But I've never seen it because I've tried to read the book, and the book alone just freaks me out. I get about halfway through and then I start having really bad nightmares. So then it's time to put it down. Next, I'm gonna do my face. I do concealer and bronzer, I contour under my foundation. For me, it just works out a whole lot better. So I'm using the Juvia place, their concealer in shade 21. It's fantastic. It's one of the best concealers I think I've ever used. It's done. I take my Fenty stick in the shade Mocha, and I'm gonna put a little contour on with that. Then I just blend that out, and then I'll go in with my foundation, which is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in shade F3. So I'm gonna do that off camera and I'll be right back. So I went ahead and did bronzer and blush too. I used my Morphe Glamabronze for my bronzer, and then I used the Colourpop and Sailor Moon. Look how cute that is. Oh, this makes me so happy. Blush. And I just put the blush on the apples of my cheeks to make it more of a like a dollish kind of look for the clown. And so now we're gonna start doing the rest of the eyes. I'm taking a liquid eyeliner, anyone will do. I like to use the pencil because it gives me better control when I'm drawing my lines. And we are going to, hold on. Before we do that, I'm actually gonna go in and do my waterline and do that and get that done first. I lied, I'm sorry. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and buff that out with some of our black and our pink, and really give that a nice buffed out, bone out look. So it really gives you like a nice little ring around your eye. It looks like I got punched in the eye, but it is gonna come together. With that, now we're gonna go with that eyeliner, that liquid, the little pen, liquid eyeliner pen, and start doing our little lines. And I'm gonna fill mine in. I usually, when I make this look, I usually use my Mehron, and I fill in all the black with that, but I know not a lot of people own Mehron, and so I figured I would just show you how to do it with the liquid liner instead of Mehron, and we'll just do it this way. But I usually do fill this in. I draw the lines out, and then I'll go in and I'll fill it in with an itty bitty tiny pencil. I usually use this itty bitty tiny pencil brush, and then I just dip it in the Mehron and like draw what I need to draw on there. It gives me a more precise lines, and it's like coloring inside the lines. And these lines can be as thin or as thick as you want them to be. It don't have to be exactly perfect. You just want kind of a line to go through your eye. And I lied. I actually am going to use the Mehron. I have such soft skin right there that when I try to use a liner, it doesn't like to work. So I just literally dab my pencil brush in here and then fill that in. If you don't have the Mehron, then the liquid liner will do the exact same thing as what the Mehron would do. It just gives me a smoother effect, which I like a lot more when I'm doing this kind of look. So I went back and I filled this side in more, and I made them a little bit thicker to match this side. You don't have to do that. I just like mine to be a little bit more even. If you want to be a psycho clown and have it all messed up and then not match at all, that's fine too. It's all about your preference. So the next step is I'm going to take another bigger pencil brush and I'm going to dip into Living My Best, which is the red shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to blend around the actual lines we made and just kind of buff them out. And then that red and that black will mix and make close to that pink color that we put on our eyes earlier. I just like it to really look like it's more like a scar on my face than actual like clown makeup. Okay, so once that's done, I take my liquid liner again and I draw a circle on my nose. Your circle can be as small or as big as you want it to be. That part is completely up to you. There's a lot of free reign when you're doing stuff like this, which is one of the reasons why I love doing this kind of makeup so much. Because you can just, it's literally your imagination. There's no wrong or right way to do it. There's no, which in makeup, there's no wrong or right way. There's, blah, blah, blah. No wrong or right way. At least in my opinion. You know, if you do your makeup one way, then do your makeup that way. If it makes you happy, then do it. That's just my opinion though. So, alright, so now that we got our circle on our nose done, we're kind of looking a little bit more clownish. That circle for me just does it every time. Like the minute that circle hits my nose, I'm like, ooh, I'm a clown now. And I'm actually gonna go back in with that red again and do the same thing on my nose as we did the little eye lines. And that way it just ties everything together and gives it a little bit more of like a creepier look. All right. So next is the lips. I go in with a black lip liner. I use my NYX in Alien. It's my NYX Suede lip liner in Alien. And we just line the lips. And I like when I do stuff like this to kind of overline my lips a little bit. Because again, I just feel like it gives it a more creepier look. Now when it comes to the actual like lines from your mouth, there are two different ways you can go. You can make just like little triangles and leave it like that, or you can actually like connect the lips to the actual like lines in your eyes. I'm gonna connect mine. So I'm gonna draw a little triangle out and make sure that's smooth to my lip. Fill in. But then I'm gonna take it and I'm going to connect it to that. And then thicken it out. And that just kind of connects it. And then I'm going to go back in again with that red and just kind of buff that out. So that everything is like nice and connected. Now to be fun, I'm actually gonna do like an ombre lip. So I'm gonna put red in the middle of my lips. And I'm actually going to use if I can find it, I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty lipstick. And just put that right on my lips. And then I'm gonna take that same little pencil brush that I use for my Mehron makeup and help blend those together. And make sure everything's nice and even. Especially with the overlining of the lips. Also make sure it's all nice and even. Okay, so the very last step, actually before I forget, I'm actually gonna add mascara because I like to forget my mascara a lot. I'm really bad about that. I don't do fake lashes. They just kind of aggravate me, but feel free to pop them on because I'm sure it'll like really help top this look off. Alright, give the eyelashes just a little bit of a pop. And then the very last step is to add the neck. I don't think any clown's really complete unless you have. Now you can leave it like this and that's fine, but I just really like to complete it by like adding in like the neck stuff. So what I do is I just go down and draw some fun lines. And these don't have to be perfect because you're going to color them in anyways. And so what I do is I take that same red from earlier and just like lightly just dust it. And I smear that liner as I go. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, I'm doing more of like a deranged look. So mine's definitely not like ever perfect. It just looks nice and smudged. Like I just got out of the crazy house. And you always want to skip. You want to do one and then leave one open. And then go to the next one. And again, I just smear. As I go. So now I'm going to go do my hair off camera, and I'll be right back to show you the final look. Hi, a future me here. I just wanted to hop in real fast for the next part of the video and apologize for the background noise that you're going to hear. I completely forgot to turn my TV off before I filmed that part of the video, and so you're gonna hear my TV in the background, and I am so sorry about that. So I put my hair up in some little like space balls, but I made them really messy. It just gives it more of that creepy feeling in my eyes. But here's the final look.
And to the extent that you can know someone who's glued to her phone and talks in hashtags.
So I hope you enjoyed this video and this little tutorial on how to do this look. And I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye y'all.